I was born with a curse. Every word I spoke came true. When I was kidnapped by a trafficker as a kid, he beat me half to death for crying. I told him he would get hit by a truck. Minutes later, a runaway truck crashed through the gate and flattened him on the spot. I grew up in an orphanage after that. One teacher there bullied me constantly. She locked me in dark closets and mocked me in front of the other kids. I told her she would drown one day if she kept hurting people. 3 weeks later, she fell into the lake behind the orphanage and drowned. Everyone called me a monster after that. I learned to stay silent until the Carringtons found me and brought me home. 3 months later, I turned a corner in the West Wing and caught Charlotte kissing Benjamin. He was my fiancé by family arrangement. She was their adopted daughter. They jumped apart the second they saw me. Charlotte's eyes filled with fake tears before she even spoke.
It's her. She's the one spreading all those disgusting lozens about me on the anonymous forum. She's saying I slept my way into securing donations for the charity fund and that I've been embezzling money from it too. I knew she was jealous of me, but I never thought she'd go this far to ruin my reputation. You'd better be careful what you accuse me of. If you force me to speak, you won't like the consequences.
My mother stormed over at that exact moment. She raised her hand and slapped me hard across the face.
How dare you spread such vile lies about your sister? We brought you home out of kindness, and this is how you repay us? Go to your room and don't come out until you know how to behave.
I pressed my hand to my burning cheek and said nothing. I'd stayed silent this long to hold on to this so-called family, but I already knew, deep down, that silence wouldn't save me forever. I thought about the first few weeks after they brought me home. My mother had sat up with me through a fever. My father had clumsily made me pancakes for breakfast. Even Aiden had snuck pastries into my bag. For that small, fragile warmth, I chose to bite my tongue and hold back. Benjamin stepped forward. His fingers closed around the silver crest necklace around my throat, the one they'd given me the day I arrived. The only thing that had ever made me feel like I was actually a Carrington. I gasped, reaching up to my neck.
Wait, please!
He fastened the necklace slowly around Charlotte's neck, his touch gentle.
This belongs to someone worthy of the Carrington name, not a vicious, ungrateful nobody who'd stoop to slandering her sister out of petty jealousy.
Just then, Aiden stormed into the room. He took one look at the scene and sided with Charlotte without a second thought.
Take her back to her room and lock the door. She doesn't get to roam the house and stir up trouble.
I lunged forward, reaching for the necklace around Charlotte's neck. Benjamin shoved me hard with one hand. I stumbled backward and crashed to the floor, my palms scraping raw against the cold marble. I was locked in the guest room for 7 days. Every single day, Charlotte made a point of walking past my door. She chattered loudly about her engagement to Benjamin, touched the family crest necklace around her neck on purpose, and boasted about her place as the real daughter of the Carrington household. She never missed a chance to rub it in. One afternoon, she stopped right by the window next to my door, tilting her chin up to show off the necklace in the light. I spoke through the glass.
You're wearing that necklace so tight. You'd better be careful you don't choke on it.
The words had barely left my mouth when she stepped back with a smug laugh. The clasp of the necklace caught on the iron bar of the window railing. It snapped tight around her throat, yanking her backward. She dropped into a crouch at once, both hands clawing at her neck. She gasped and sputtered, unable to make a single clear sound. A maid ran over in a panic, fumbling to untangle the chain from the bar. Charlotte stumbled away, holding her throat, and didn't come back to taunt me for the rest of the day. I sat unmoving on the floor by the door. No one would think it had anything to do with me. They'd just call it an unlucky accident. The door to the guest room clicked unlocked on the 8th morning. The housekeeper told me I could return to classes. Charlotte found me after class on the 2nd day. She held up 2 tickets to the Intercollegiate Hockey Championship, her smile bright and sweet, as if the slap and the week of confinement had never happened.
Dad said we should go as a family. Let's put all this behind us, okay? We're sisters.
I knew better than to trust her. I did. The only thing I could do was to tolerate it.
Thanks.
The arena was roaring and packed the night of the game. During warm-ups, I stepped out to get a water, and rounded the corner of the player tunnel just in time to freeze in place. Charlotte was there, pressed close to a guy in the rival team's jersey, Ryan Prescott. I'd heard the name. His family was one of our company's biggest partners. He slipped a thin silver bracelet onto her wrist, leaning in to murmur something against her ear. At halftime, a girl found me in the concourse.
Charlotte wants to talk to you in the west stairwell. Says it's important.
The stairwell was dim.
You really thought I'd let you waltz in and take everything? You're just a temporary mistake they'll throw away again soon enough.
She let out a shrill, terrified scream. Then she threw herself backward, tumbling down the concrete stairs in a heap. A crowd rushed over at the noise. They looked up at me standing at the top, their voices sharp with accusation. Everyone said I had pushed her. Benjamin was the first one to reach her, dropping to his knees to gather her in his arms. He looked up at me at the top of the stairs, his face twisted with white-hot rage.
You pushed her! You are actually evil! I always knew you were dangerous!
Benjamin stormed up the stairs. Before I could say a single word, his hand cracked across my face. Once, then again, hard enough to make my ears ring. I stumbled back, hit the wall, and crumpled to the floor. My lips split. I could taste copper on my tongue. I wiped the blood from my chin with the back of my hand, and let out a cold, bitter laugh.
If I wanted to hurt her, I wouldn't need to push her.
Within minutes, Charlotte was loaded onto a stretcher and rushed to the hospital. I stood at the top of the stairs, surrounded by cold, judging stares, and said nothing else. A few days later, Charlotte was discharged from the hospital. That same evening, 2 house guards escorted me straight to the annual Board of Trustees charity gala. The ballroom blazed under crystal chandeliers, packed with wealthy donors, alumni trustees, and city dignitaries. No one spoke to me. I was marched to the front of the room and left standing alone, framed under the spotlight like a prisoner on display. My father stepped onto the stage and took the microphone. His face was set in cold, unforgiving lines.
Before we proceed with tonight's program, I have a public statement to make on behalf of the Carrington family. For weeks, vile, baseless rumors have circulated across this campus, targeting my daughter, Charlotte. We have traced every lie straight back to Zoe Carrington.
He paused.
Moral corruption, malicious slander, even physical harm to her own sister. This level of ingratitude and cruelty has no place in this family and no place at Northbridge University.
He flicked a hand toward the back of the room. The giant projection screen behind him lit up at once. Charlotte kneeling to hand backpacks to elementary school students. Charlotte sorting donation bins at the food drive. Charlotte smiling beside scholarship recipients at the last gala. Captions rolled under each photo, listing every charity project she had led, every dollar she had supposedly raised for the student fund. The crowd murmured in unison. Every pair of eyes in the room swung back to me, sharp with judgment and disgust. The perfect, charitable daughter glowing on screen, the disgraceful, troublemaking real daughter trapped in the spotlight below. Charlotte stepped in front of me.
Sign this. Admit you made up all the lies and hurt me on purpose. If you do, Father will let you stay in the house. You don't have to make this worse for yourself.
I didn't reach for the paper. I just stared at her. Benjamin's boot slammed into the back of my knee. My legs gave out, and I crashed down hard onto the cold marble floor. My knee stung through my pants. A ripple of quiet laughter spread through the crowd, followed by the sharp, steady click of camera shutters. I tried to push myself up, but Benjamin's hand pressed down on my shoulder, holding me there. Humiliation burned hot in my chest, sharp and shameful. I squeezed my eyes shut, and then a small, shaking voice cut through the noise.
Wait!
A thin girl with glasses pushed her way through the crowd. I recognized her, Emma Jones, the full scholarship student. I'd helped her once before. She stood there trembling, but she looked my father straight in the eye.
Zoe isn't lying. Charlotte is. I can prove it. I saw her, late one night in the library parking lot. She got into Ryan Prescott's car and they were all over each other in the back seat. I saw it with my own eyes.
Then Charlotte dissolved into ragged sobs.
She paid her. She paid that girl to lie about me. I've tried so hard to be her sister, and she just keeps trying to ruin my life. How could she be this cruel?
Benjamin's face flushed scarlet with rage. He stepped forward in 2 long strides, and before anyone could react, his hand cracked hard across Emma's face. Emma stumbled backward and crumpled to the marble floor, her glasses sliding off her nose onto the ground.
You greedy little charity ace. You think you can take Carrington money to spread lies and get away with it? Your full scholarship is revoked, effective immediately. And I will make sure every partner university on this coast blacklists you. You will never set foot in a respectable institution again.
A swarm of sorority girls in matching silk dresses surged forward then, Charlotte's inner circle. They circled Emma, shoving at her shoulders, hissing insults under their breath. The room still hummed with angry murmurs when Benjamin climbed onto the stage and snatched the microphone from my father's hand.
Let's make one thing perfectly clear once and for all. The so-called family engagement between Zoe Carrington and myself is hereby terminated, effective immediately. It was never anything more than a dusty old formality.
He reached down and pulled Charlotte up beside him.
Moving forward, I will be partnering with Charlotte on all joint charity fund emissionals between the Sinclair and Carrington families. She is the only Carrington daughter I recognize.
Then my father stepped forward to the microphone.
The Carrington family is giving you one final chance, Zoe. Sign the apology statement tonight. Publicly retract every lie you've spread, and we will consider letting you stay. Refuse, and you will be stripped of all your heir status and inheritance rights. All claims to the family trust will be reversity, and you will leave this family permanently.
Benjamin stepped down from the stage and marched straight toward me.
Pick up the paper and sign it, or I'll make you regret ever stepping foot in this city.
He lifted his dress shoe, pressed the hard leather sole down onto the back of my hand, and ground his heel in hard. I could feel my bones shifting under his weight, sharp and throbbing.
Apologize! Say you're sorry for lying about her!
Fine. You want a confession? I'll give you one. I said Charlotte has been cheating on you. I said every single expense receipt for her so-called charity events is forged. And I'm telling you now, every last word of it is going to come true!
The second the last syllable left my mouth, a thin silver bracelet clattered onto the floor, the exact one I'd glimpsed her passing to Ryan at the hockey arena. Benjamin's eyes flicked down to it. A flicker of confusion crossed his face. Before anyone could speak, Charlotte made a small, strangled sound. All the color drained from her face in an instant. She doubled over, both hands clamping tight to her lower stomach, and crumpled to her knees, gasping.